Hey guys, Stable at VGC here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building an Yveltal Solgaleo team, which I think is a really cool core. I feel like it's a bit underexplored right now, so we're gonna take a look into that today and see how things go. But if you guys do want to skip the whole team building and thought process behind the team, I will leave a timestamp somewhere on the screen right now, or in the YouTube chapters feature somewhere. You know how it breaks up the video, however that thing works. I don't know how that works, but it works. So if you guys know how to use it, you can do that, but there will be a timestamp for those who don't. But either way, like I said, Yveltal Solgaleo, definitely a core I like to do. I'm going to go over the 6 Pokemon, then kind of go back over as to why I chose the moves I did. Anyways, Yveltal Solgaleo, very solid core. I don't think it's like the best core ever. I think Yveltal Zacian is still has a little bit of an edge on it, but right now the meta is kind of getting a little plain, you know. It's a little pick a restricted, add a Zacian, you know. So I figured exploring cores that don't have that is something that we could definitely do on this channel right now, that, you know, still have usage, right? Like, I think Solgaleo does a very good job of actually dealing with Zacian, which is why I think partnering with Yveltal, who kind of deals with the rest of the meta, is really good. Anyways, Gastron I think is super required for just to be able to be passive. Yawn is super nice, being able to eat up any sort of big water move from Kyogre, preventing the Kyogre from maxing. Now, Kyogre is not a huge max threat, but if there's a Gastron, you know Kyogre should not be maxing, like, ever, right? So it's just really nice to have right there. Instant as well, just getting the Intimidate off is so important, keeping Zacian in check. Now, that's not the easiest thing to do. Like, even when it's at neutral, it still does big damage, but if it wasn't at neutral, you know, just having that Incineroar here, the synergy between these verse 4 seem really solid to me. So from there, I said, you know what, I need some sort of speed control, right? So I figured I'd go with Alecki. I had Grim, but I didn't really want Triple Dark, so I was like, okay, Regieleki gives me at least some Electro Web speed. It's at least something for speed control, you know. There's Electro Web, we've got quick damage output as well, right? Like, we can chip things down and have Alecki come in and clean up later if we needed to. Also, the combination of Electro Web plus Solgaleo's Max Quake is guaranteed to pick off every Zacian in the format, unless of course there's screens or anything like that, so that's really nice as well. And then Rillaboom here just to kind of close it out. I built an earlier version of this team a little earlier on. It just didn't have enough damage output, especially versus stuff like Gastrodon and Seismitoad that have been picking up in usage. So I figured, you know what, let's throw a Rillaboom on here, see if that actually patches some of those things, and go from there. Like, I have a nice little Fire Water Grass core as well. Hitting Zacian is a little difficult, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Obviously, Yveltal, that's just your standard AV Yveltal, guys, nothing crazy. Solgaleo, I am running Wild Charge. I wonder if Rock Slide, and I honestly am going to try it. I think Rock Slide may be better, just because of Zapdos. Like, Zapdos and Thundurus. Hitting those for big damage could actually be huge, which I think is, looking back at it, it's a little bit nicer. I am Adamant, 149, so basically the max quake from this into a bulky Zacian, or standard bulky Zacian, is looking at a 93% chance to kill, and 149 is the speed that I need to hit in order to outpace the Calyrex Shadow when the Calyrex Shadow is at -1. So it just seemed to work out very nicely right there. The Gastron spread, I couldn't tell you what this spread does. I don't even know if this I don't even know where I got this spread, I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know. It's a Gastro spread. It's gonna live things and get yawns off. That's the goal of this. Instant, of course, nothing too crazy. This is very close. It might actually be what Addy had. If you guys aren't checking out Addy's channel yet, please go do that. Link will be in the description. Puts out a lot of good content, a lot of good team reports, a lot of thought process with the videos as well. So definitely check them out. But this is very close to what Addy had. I'm not sure if it's exact, but it's super close for the time being. Of course, Regieleki, just your standard 252 focus sash, Electro Web, speed control, big Alecki go fast, Alecki go burr kind of thing. And then the Rillaboom, this is something I just randomly created with the Miracle Seed. The 156 Grassy Glide picks up some nice knockouts, and everything else is just kind of a tech move. I like having the high horsepower. The one thing I never liked about Rillaboom is it could never touch Zacian, you know? But having that high horsepower, obviously it doesn't do amazing damage, but sometimes it's like the Zacian's sitting at 40, you know, it's not enough because you're going to run out of grass. But having that high horsepower is really nice to finish games off, you know. With that, let's jump straight into battles here and see how things go. I am gonna apologize because we aren't the highest on ladders, so I'm not crazily sure what we're gonna play. But there you go. Right away, we're gonna get the Reshiram Zekrom core, which is honestly pretty cool for the video. So let's see. Is this like I was gonna say it's like mono flying because like everything has wings except the Rillaboom and the Lapras. But how do I want to do this? Solgaleo immediately seems really nice along with Yveltal, but like the secondary typings of those dragons is scaring me right now, like immensely. Cause like Max Reshiram, I mean, Gastro's really good. Like, do I go Gastro Yveltal? What breaks that? Right? I don't think there's anything that actually shatters that if I go Instant Solgaleo in the back. Like I don't think there's a big this absolutely shatters me. So I think we're gonna go with this. I mean, I could make a case for Regieleki versus that Lapras, but I think for the most part I'm okay here. I'm just gonna click Snarl. Probably gonna see a Tailwind. We could see Tailwind Resonance, right? So do I want to get Solgaleo in a little quicker here? I'm gonna go for it. We might also see a Taunt, but I think just playing it slow, slowing down this Lapras is nice. If they Resonance to Gastron, it's not a huge deal. Solgaleo should be able to take it. Life Orb? No Life Orb, so without seeing Life Orb, normally if you see Life Orb, you can expect maybe there's some sort of Max Lightning. But without Life Orb, I'm going to go ahead and say there's probably no Lightning on this. I'm going to go ahead and chip off this Crobat, and I'm just going to protect the Solgaleo. Actually, I'm safe. There's nothing to protect from. So I'm just going to get a Sunsteel Strike. I don't want to max quite yet. They're gonna self-proc a policy with Absorb from the Crobat. But thankfully, we are gonna be Storm Drain on Gastron here. So like I said, I am super safe right there. And there's gonna be a forfeit. So very nice game one. But obviously my opponent forgetting about Storm Drain there. So definitely gonna pilot off that. But that was wild. Absorb Crobat? I kind of want to try that. No, actually, I don't want to try that. That is very questionable. Anyways, Kyurem Black. So we got Solgaleo on the field here. So Solgaleo, once again, absolutely fantastic into this. I'm a little concerned about a potential, like, Coalossal mode. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play it interestingly, and I'm going to go Alecki Yveltal. And what that allows me to do is basically take out the Dragapult before it can activate the Coalossal, which should allow Solgaleo to clean that up in the long run. And I think I'm going to bench the Gastro here. It doesn't really do a whole lot. The question is, do I want Instant or Rillaboom? Generally, I would say I want Instant, but with the Gastron, I'm thinking I'm gonna go Boomer. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted right now. I'm gonna double the Dragapult. The question becomes, do I want to Volt Switch or do I just want to Electro Web? Because like I don't know how much damage I'm really gonna be doing with Sucker Punch. Like this isn't something I have calced out. Maybe it should be something I calced out, but let's see. I think Volt Switch is pretty safe. I don't think they're going to launch a Flare into Alecki. I think if Coalossal is going to try and do anything, it's going to want the Volcalith up. So we're going to Volt Switch and Sucker Punch that. I'm going to see if we can get rid of this Dragapult. Obviously, I think a play like this only really works. Oh, they're going to be cute Scarf Dragapult. Oh, that's cute. Now we just lose. Now we just lose. Yeah, now we just take an L. Unless Solgaleo's good and survives something here, but let me actually click Quake. I did not expect Scarf Dragapult at all. I was definitely expecting Sash or some sort of like not Light Clay. What's the I don't know what move I'm looking for here or what item. Safety goggles of some sort. Definitely supportive, you know. They're gonna flare Solgaleo. Solgaleo is gonna survive at least enough to get a Max Quake up. Not good enough for me to win this game. I don't believe so. Actually, we're alive again. No, we're not, thanks to the Volcalith. I thought the Volcalith only did like 5 points of damage there. I'm like, that's not right. Why are we alive? But it was the Life Orb chip. Yeah, I really didn't. So, okay, so Choice Scarf Dragapult really caught me off guard there. And I think that's just an L. Like, I think Kyurem threatens too much. I'm going to fake out Foul Play into the Zacian here. And maybe they protect Kyurem for no reason, but the Scarf Dragapult getting that Solgaleo up was important. Getting the Coalossal up was super important for them. They are Freeze Dry, which I think is super odd. Of course, Foul Play actually did not do nearly as much as I wanted it to. This game's over. I'm gonna Sucker Punch, but I'll Sucker Punch High Horsepower. Unless there's by some miracle they decide to, yeah, no, this game. Unless by some miracle they decide to give me things, it's over. But I think right there it's the Scarf Dragapult that completely changed the entire game plan there. Like I guess in theory I should have just led Gastro, you know, but like I guess I could have led Rillaboom too, right? Go Rillaboom Yveltal, right? Because that would have guaranteed double priority. Definitely would have killed Dragapult. So maybe that's on me, but I don't know how I called Scarf Dragapult there. Maybe it's common. I don't know. Coalossal's not too huge in Series 12, so. This core is interesting. I definitely like a lucky Yveltal into this. I think it's super nice. The question is, are they going to go Whimsicott mode? I mean, if they're going Whimsicott mode, I keep Instant in the back. And that should be more than enough. I mean, I still want Solgaleo here. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to force these two restricteds into games when maybe I shouldn't be. Because, like, obviously Instant's going to pivot in for me here. I think I'm going to Electro Web and get Instant in. I think it's a fairly safe play. I don't think it's the best play in the world, but it's fairly safe. It's nothing crazy. It breaks potential Sash on Whimsicott. If the Whimsicott wants to be trying to break anything else, it's fine. Maybe I should be leading Solgaleo. Like, I don't know. Every time I play against Solgaleo, I feel like my opponent leads it. But, like, at that point, I just pivot around it. So, like, I don't know if leading Solgaleo is wrong. Maybe it is just right, though. Maybe it's just correct, you know? We are going to eat that very, very well. And at the end of the day, preserve the Sash as well, which is absolutely massive. I think they are eject button caught too. I was going to say I'm safe to just do the same thing and Flare Blitz to Zacian. But I don't think I can get away with that anymore. Zacian's not an immediate threat right now. I think chipping the Thundurus is nice. And I'm going to Parting Shot off of the Zacian slot. Like, Thundurus should Dynamax here. I feel like you double the instant, perhaps. Well, let's see. Thundurus is going to max. That's fine. You're going to Airstream. Okay, you're going to once again preserve the Sash on this Regieleki. Right? And now I get a free Volt Switch out. And this is where Solgaleo comes in handy. Right? This is... Now, I don't know this damage calc. I am adamant. I am a Life Orb. You've got to assume this kills. Right? I'm also going to preserve the Incineroar. I'm going to bring the Aleki, and it's a little less needed right now. Getting the Intimidate back onto Zacian is really nice because I'm expecting a Knuckle here. I think Knuckle into Instant is my opponent's play every time. It's actually going to be Darkness into Solgaleo, which I question immensely, but it is what it is. They're going to Sacred Sword. Aleki, of course, I was going to say live on Sash, but it's going to live anyways. Rockfell is going to pick off the Thundy, so I definitely want to preserve Regieleki for when we don't have Tailwind anymore. This is a little scary, though, because they still have that Calyrex, right? Which you know is going to be in the back. Now, do they bring it in here? Because if they bring it, yeah, they have to bring it in right now. I'm assuming Solgaleo dies. Now, do I Max Guard? I think the answer is yes. And I want to sack Instant, but at the same time, I don't. Because sacking Instant gives Calyrex... Oh, then I just Sucker Punch the Cali. Right? Then I still put on pressure. And Zacian becomes not a threat because it'll be at -1. So I actually like that. It's not the best play in the world, but I think it actually is going to work out. Astro Barrage, I lose Instant. Yep. You're going to be Life Orb or not? You're not Life Orb, so you're most likely Sash, but that's going to be broken thanks to the Sandstorm chip. And now Yveltal comes in. And with Zacian at -1, it's not a threat. So even if I just Sucker Punch the Calyrex, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. And I think I'm going to launch a Quake. Do I want to Quake the Zacian? Or do you think the Zacian's going to switch? I think Steel Spike should still pick. And I'll Sucker Punch the Cali. They're going to Helping Hand, so that is a little concerning. Why do they have that? But that's not killing me. I feel like if you play rough there, it's a really good play. But I don't know about that. That just seems odd to me. Okay, at this point, though, do I Sucker Punch the Zacian? I don't think so, right? I still think I Sucker Punch Cali. Like, and I Sun Steel Strike. And I Sucker Punch the Cali. Yeah, they're going to switch out. That's fine. Like, the Zacian's still -1 and not going to touch Yveltal. Like, Yveltal ate that. Like, at some point, they have to attack with their Calyrex, and it's not going to work. Like, just hindering the Zacian here was so nice. Yveltal goes burr right now. Sun Steel Strike into you. Sucker Punch into you. I guess Moonblast into Yveltal is their best play here. And honestly, I may have messed this up. Oh, I completely forgot Helping Hand Moonblast was an option on the table right there, but it's fine. Yveltal's good. Yveltal, very good. At this point now, it's this Sunsteel Strike and Secret. Yeah, they're going to forfeit. At that point, it might have been okay anyways. No, if I lose Yveltal, I lose. Never mind. Yes, no, actually, no, because, yeah, I'm fine. I think I'm still fine. Because even if I lose Yveltal to that, I would have taken the Whimsicott. Aleki would have come in at that endgame and been perfectly fine. Because I would have been able to slow down I would have been able to slow down into a Sunsteel Strike, and I probably would have taken the knockout before it was able to go do anything else. So that's really nice. Now this core is interesting. I don't know if this is a good core or not. Like I desperately want my opponent's core to be good, but I don't know if it is. I just feel like Zacian has enough control over the board to actually shut this down, which is kind of sad because like I really like this core, the concept of the core. It's very hyper offense, but I don't think Rillaboom's any good here. I think Aleki's very nice. I'm a little concerned with the my actual pressure onto Yveltal, especially beside the Togedemaru, which is a little interesting. But I think something like Aleki, because I can Electro and not really care about the Toad. Like Aleki Solg is interesting. Yveltal nice back for sure. Do I want Gastro? That becomes the question. That's literally the only question is, do I want Gastro? Because like they do have double electric. It does seem nice. There's also a chance that's water Urshifu. Which would mean Gastron just shuts that down even more. And I think with that, Gastro is the play. Ideally, I don't think it's the best play in the world, but gonna get Solgaleo Aleki. Now the question is, are they gonna max Yveltal to try and do anything here? I would highly doubt it. Like, I would seriously doubt they're maxing Yveltal. So I know I'm gonna break my substitute my Sash this way, but I think I just drop a Rockfall into Yveltal. Like, Electro Web Rockfall should just drop this thing. And if they want to switch out, it's still doing big damage to whatever. That's fine. They actually are gonna max, so as long as they're not policy, this should be okay still. If they're policy, this becomes concerning. They are not policy. I do get a big life orb max Rockfall. Not going to kill, but good damage. And they're going to Darkness. That's fine. I should survive. Yep. Alright, Solgaleo good. How good? I don't know. They're going to get chipped by Sand. How much did Electro Web do? 17%? 17%, so not quite enough. And with Togedemaru on the field, it's a little concerning. However, I think I just max guard the Solgaleo to keep it on the field for another turn. And if I lose Aleki, I lose Aleki. I'm okay with that trade-off. As long as this does another 17, we're good. Okay, because it should die to Sand now, so. Nuzzle is going to go into Solgaleo, not going to kill me. They actually double Solgaleo. I don't lose Aleki, and Yveltal is going to go down. So, I don't think we could have asked for a better turn right there. I'm surprised they doubled. Maybe they were scared that I would actually be able to pick up the knockout. Like that I would have taken the knockout there. Anyways, I think Gastrodon switches in here. And I try to get a Max Quake into the Aleki. I don't think I'm going to get it off, but you never know what happens. Yeah, no. Didn't think so. I did not think so. Anyways, they are Life Orb Aleki as well. Iron Head into the Gastro. That is perfectly fine. I want to preserve my Aleki for the late game. But at the same time, I'd rather preserve Yveltal. So I'm just going to bring Aleki in and protect here. And just drop an Earth Power into the Aleki. Actually, do I hit the Toad? No, I gotta hit the Aleki first. Aleki's still scary. I should have hit the Toad. I should have hit the Togedemaru. Just another call I get wrong there. Now, does the Aleki stay in here? I can't see, but then again, do they really bring in the Calyrex? I think I Volt Switch off of Aleki and Earth Power the Togedemaru. Yeah, that's definitely the best play I could have made right there. I can't do that. I cannot do that. Update, I am bad. Anyways, you guys are probably screaming at me in the comments, but it's fine. It really doesn't matter. It honestly might be better this way because now Yveltal didn't have to take any damage there. You know. The question is, does Togedemaru do anything here? Or can I kill it? Like, is it going to protect? Because if the Togedemaru doesn't protect and I just kill it here, the game's over. But if it protects, we get into a little bit more of a predicament. So I think I'm going to cover for that option. Perfect. Okay, that's very nice. That's really, really good. Astro Barrage is going to come out. Obviously not going to do all that much. I am gonna accept damage on Yveltal here. Not what I want to do, but I do have to eat something, and I can't really lose a Lecky right now. Astral Barrage is fine. Iron Head, I should be able to get this Earth Power off. Perfect. Thankfully, I did not flinch. Gastron, Blue Gastro coming through. Blue Gastro is the best Gastro, guys. I don't care what anybody says, but... So now the concept here is interesting, right? We know the Togedemaru, was it Sturdy or Sash? It was Sash, right? So in that case, I'm free to Sucker Punch the Calyrex. The Lecky was physical. Sorry, the Lecky was special. So I should be able to live anything it goes for. They've Dynamaxed already, so I should be safe to Earth Power Lecky pretty safely and Sucker Punch here. Should be harmless. Yeah, should be foolproof. Because even if they don't have enough to kill. So even if they burn a turn with Cali by protecting, I still kill the Lecky there. Like, they didn't have... Like, I had them pinned. Is what I'm trying to say. They were pinned there. Even if they try to burn turn, they would have needed to crit a Yveltal to have a chance there. But then even... actually, if they crit a Yveltal, I think they do win. But I don't think I could have actually repositioned that. I think Sucker Punch was just the right play. I was going to say Zacian, but that is a Zamazenta Zygarde. Excuse me? But honestly, Life Orb Solg's been doing pretty good work right now. Probably do this game and maybe one more. Depending on time. I want to keep these things around half an hour. No need to go crazy amounts of game. Let's see. I mean, the scary part here is honestly the Zamazenta. Because I really can't pressure it all that much. I like having Rillaboom. I like having Gastron. I like having a Lecky. But do I need a Yveltal and Solgaleo? Do I need Solgaleo at all? I think a Yveltal is just better. I don't want to lead Rillaboom because it's pretty passive. So I'm going to lead something... let's go a Lecky Yveltal. I think it also kind of bluffs a potential weakness policy proc. Gastro and Rillaboom. Maybe Gastro is the wrong bring. Maybe I do need Solgaleo. But I should have led Rillaboom. I really should have led Rillaboom. But I think here it's a simple... I don't really care what the Gastro does here. I'm going to Electro Web and just Oblivion Wing and get rid of this Urshifu. I could max Airstream. I could Volt Switch max Airstream off of it. There's a few options, right? But I did want to keep it slow. Okay, they're actually going to max the Gastro and Detect. Very good play. Quake goes into a Lecky then. Right? Quake goes into a Lecky. Okay. But like I said, I'm sashed here. So now they're going to have Sucker Punch. I'm going to get the free switch in onto that. In that case, I'm going to go into Rillaboom. And I think I just Oblivion Wing. I don't really see a big reason to max, right? Actually, getting the max boost up is actually really nice. So I'm going to get the Airstream. Obviously, they're going to be Sash Urshifu as well. So they actually might live after that Quake as well. So we're going to get the max up. See a Sucker Punch? Yep, beautiful. I wasn't going to let my Lecky go down just yet. Airstream going to go into the Sash Urshifu. It is going to die to a Grassy Glide next turn. And they're going to Geyser with Gastrodon. So normally that wouldn't be surprising, right? Water move, water type goes for water move. But honestly, with Gastrodon, it's not super common right now. It's normally the Ice Beam, Earth Power, Yawn, Protector, Recover, right? So it did kind of catch me off guard there. I think I still Grassy Glide this Gastrodon. Gastrodon is not good. And I will just Airstream into this Urshifu. I mean, there's really no reason for me not to. I may have to take a Sucker Punch in result of this, but I'm not overly concerned about it. Grassy Glide, Miracle Seed, goodbye Gastrodon. Airstream goes into Urshifu, goodbye Urshifu. Alright, Rillaboom proving worth. Rillaboom proves its worth right here. That's nice. Like, it's here for the water ground types, right? Still not a good finish, but they actually opted to not bring Zygarde, which I think just wins me the game. Because I have the speed advantage now, I'm actually going to go for a Darkness into the Rillaboom. Because once Rillaboom goes down, I guess I could Airstream it as well, but I think Darkness is more than fine. Coaching? I would presume Coaching comes out. Nope, just a Behemoth Bash, that's fine. They're actually going to crit. Yveltal, of course, is going to take it though. I'm going to U-turn if they give it to me. And I do want to Oblivion Wing off the Rillaboom. Maybe I should be spreading my damage here just to get some health back. But Grassy Glide does not kill Yveltal. Very nice. Oblivion Wing kills Rillaboom. That should be game now. I fail to see how Zamazenta beats all 4 of these Pokemon. In fact, I fail to see how Zamazenta beats one of these Pokemon. I hate to bash Zamazenta, but it is a support restricted. You know, that's all there is to it. It is a support restricted. It is restricted. It's gonna provide support to your other restricted, which kind of makes it not that great. Just because, like, I don't know, I think the way you should be approaching this meta is Yveltal, not Yveltal, well, yes, Yveltal, good, use Yveltal. But I think it should be pick your two restricted, pick something that can Dynamax when you're not going to Dynamax a restricted, and I think that should be the case more so than not. You shouldn't really be maxing your restricted as a game plan, unless it's something heavy hitting, like a Palkia or a Solgaleo. You know, I think you want another max option. Just because if you have a Dynamax and two restricteds, and then you support those three, that core, with 3 support mons, or a supporting cast that help them out, right? I think that's the better way to go, rather than using a restricted as a support mon. That's kind of my issue with Zamazenta. But we're gonna wrap things up here, and I think our rating is going up. So, but as these videos keep going, the rating will eventually creep higher and higher. So, we're gonna actually get Regigigas Calyrex, which is kind of odd. I don't love the matchup, but I also don't hate it, right? Like we've got Regigigas Solgaleo. I don't know if they shut off Full Metal Body, and I believe it does. But Aleki still seems like just the right play, right? Like Aleki Yveltal, I think, puts on a lot of pressure on my opponent. If they want to lead Weezing, I have the potential to double into it and kill it. I do want Solgaleo here, and do I want Solgaleo? Instant for sure. Like, Instant's a must bring, and I almost want Rillaboom. No Solgaleo again, though. Honestly, Solgaleo has Rockfall and Rock Slide, and Rock Slide hits Volcarona, so Rock Slide it is. I don't think they're bringing Blastoise. I'm honestly surprised that they led this. This is absolutely beautiful for me. I was just talking about how you shouldn't be maxing your restricted, but Yveltal max here kind of seems pretty nice. Like I Electro Web and just max Airstream, but I think I can play it a little slower with just an Oblivion Wing. Nothing to get crazy on. They're actually gonna stay. There are Scarf Calyrex, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Scarf Calyrex among us. I am gonna miss the Electro Web there, which is super annoying. Okay, Volcarona goes down, but now at this point it's Electro Web Snarl, and I'm okay with that. Obviously I can't Sucker Punch right now, but with the Calyrex now being back down to its normal speed, it'll go down to, and actually it might not be slower than Calyrex. Hold up. Although you think if they're Scarf they'd be modest, right? That's fine. It's okay. I do lose a Lecky there, which is a little rough. But Snarl still comes out, still kills Cali, and this Zacian's in range of Solgaleo, so not the end of the world right there. The question is, do I want to go Solgaleo first, or do I want to go Instant first? I'm tempted to say Instant is better, just because it gives me Fake Out pressure. And they actually did bring Blastoise, believe it or not. They did bring the Stoise. Solgaleo would have been to play. I did not expect Blastoise. But then again, I guess Regigigas or Weezing alone would have been bad. So maybe I should have recognized that and brought Solgaleo in. I do have Fake Out pressure. I do have a potential max on this Incineroar as well. I don't like that option. I think saving the max for Solgaleo is better. I'm going to Parting Shot if they give it to me. And I'm just going to Snarl again. I think Zacian may want to try and pivot. Okay, that's fine. Blastoise is going to max. I think the Snarl should keep Incineroar alive here. Beautiful. Snarl does keep Instant alive. I might have taken it anyways, but it would have been super, super close. Solgaleo is going to come in. And at this point, I can max Solgaleo. Actually, do I? They have the Cannonade up. I would like to max the Solgaleo, and I think I kind of have to. The question is, do I want to Sucker Punch Volcarona? I think it might Rage Powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Quake the Blastoise, and I'm going to Sucker Punch it anyways in case it tries to go for an Overheat. They're actually going to switch the Blastoise out, which I think is super questionable there. Sucker Punch is going to connect into Volcarona. I might get burned. I don't care. And that's going to come off and finish off Zacian. At this point, I don't think Blastoise can win this. Like, show me a Blastoise that can win this endgame, and I will rethink the way I think about this video game. But I just can't see Blastoise ever winning this. Yes, there's Cannonade. Yeah, they're gonna protect him. They're gonna forfeit. They realize. So I don't know. Solgaleo, Yveltal, guys. I'll splash the team one more time. It's pretty solid, honestly. Those few games there were really nice. I think Max Rockfall on Solgaleo is nice for. It didn't come in handy versus the Volcarona, but that Thunderous matchup was super nice. That I was just able to get the Max Rockfall off was really cool. Rillaboom was nice versus the Gastro. I think everything's flowing right now. I don't know what honestly, I don't know if I'd change anything right now. Obviously, I can't judge anything off what the 6 games I played right there. But yeah, here's the team one more time, guys. Of course, I didn't mention this at the beginning. I probably should have. But Pokepaste will generally be in the description down below unless it's like super secret team. But if it's a super secret team, I probably won't be uploading it. So you know what I mean. Pokepaste should be in the description. But guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in a future video.